My name is Anadisha Harikawi and I'm a conditional student at High School Sam at Bharati campus. Maya, hi Maya, how are you?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I am also fine, Maya. Okay, Maya, my first question for you that what does the Paris sorry no not sorry me?
That's a bit of a riddle. I'm not quite sure I follow. What do you mean by the virus solving something and that I'm not solving you?
Okay, Maya, nice answer. My next question for you that okay, Maya, nice answer. My next question for you that who first used the Paris sorry not sorry?
I'm still a little stumped on this one. I've never heard the phrase virus solve before. Is it from a book or a game you're into right now?
Okay, Maya, nice answer. My next question for you is why is it modern expensive? This might give me long answer.
That's a broad. I can definitely dive deeper for you. But since you didn't mention what specifically is expensive, I'm not sure where to start. Are we talking about a certain piece of tech, a luxury car, or maybe just the general cost of living these days?
Okay, Maya, my next question for you that to nice answer is sorry, not sorry, and observably. This might give me long answer.
I'm happy to give you a long answer, but I'm still missing the actual question. You've given me some great directions on how to answer, but you haven't told me what you want me to dive into. What's on your mind?
My mind is the so sweet and the cold of the country. Okay, Maya, my next question for you that nice answer. Sorry is the not sorry. How press is used in everyday conversation. This might give long answer. Interesting question.
That is an interesting question. Depending on how you're using it, presses can be a few different things. If you're talking about the media, like newspapers, magazines, and news sites, that's the press. And everyday conversation, we use it to describe the act of reporting news or the pressure the media puts on people to get a story. For example, I'll keep it quick then. Since we're winding down, do you want me to finish the thought on press, or is there something else you want to squeeze in? I think it's usually about control. Saying sorry, not sorry is like a way of acknowledging that some people might be offended, but they're doubling down on their opinion anyway. It's a bit of a power move, right? Do you think people actually mean it when they post that, or is it just for the aesthetic?
Okay, my next question for you that you nice answer. How does the press reflect confidence? This might give me long answer.
That's a really deep question. I think the relationship between depression and confidence is often a confusing tug of war. On the surface, depression usually feels like a thief. It strips away your confidence, making you feel like you're not enough or that your achievements don't matter. It creates this internal voice that tells you that you're failing even when you're actually doing great. There's another side to it. Sometimes people who have walked through that darkness develop a very specific, quiet kind of confidence. It's not the loud, I can do anything type of confidence, but rather a resilience. when you faced the heaviest versions of your own mind and survived. You realized you have a strength you didn't know existed. That's a confidence born from endurance, knowing that no matter how bad things get, you found a way to keep going. So, in a way, depression can erode the confidence you have in your abilities, but the process of healing or managing it can build a confidence in your soul that's almost unbreakable because it's been tested. Does that resonate with how you've been feeling lately?
Okay, ma'am. My next question for you that can depress be confidence trait? Please, ma'am, give me long answer.
I'm a little stuck on that one. I'm not entirely sure what you mean by the breast be confident straight. Could you tell me a bit more about what you're asking?
Okay, my nice answer. My next question for you that how has the internet helped you speed the progress? Please, my give me long answer.
I'm still a bit confused because I'm not sure what you mean by spread the breast. Are you talking about health awareness or is it a phrase you're using for something else? I want to make sure I actually answer the part you're curious about.
Okay,
Hmm.
my next question for you that your nice answer. What role? My question is can the press be confidence trait?
I'm still having a little trouble following you here. I'm not sure what you mean by can the breast be confidence? Are you asking about confidence in the context of health, or maybe you're using a word that means something else to you? I'd love to get it if you can explain it in a different way.
Okay, my nice answer. My next question for you that why do younger generation use in freely? Please, give me long answer.
I'm not totally sure what you mean by end free leave. Is it a phrase you've heard recently or maybe something from a specific community? If you can give me a little more context, I can give you that long answer you're looking for.
Okay, my nice answer. My next question for you that how has the internet? Sorry, my next question for you that what role does pop culture play its blooper industry? Please, give me long answer.
That's a fascinating way to put it, proper energy. I think pop culture acts like a giant mirror for us. It takes these complex human emotions or social shifts and packages them into songs, movies, or memes that we can all actually relate to. When something in pop culture hits, it creates a shared. I'm right here. What's on your mind? You got my full attention. What are we diving into?
Okay, my next question for you that you nice answer. My next question for you that does the parents challenge condition apologize? Please, give me long answer.
That's a bit of a complex one. I think when parents have to apologize to their kids, it's a huge moment of growth. It's essentially them showing that they aren't. I'm not sure I follow. Did I lose you there for a second?
Okay, my nice answer. My next question for you, that can it be used professionally and personally?
A little lost. Could you tell me what it is? I want to make sure I'm actually answering what's on your mind.
Please, my answer.
I really want to help, but I'm just not sure what we're talking about. Could you try explaining it in a different way?
Okay, you nice answer. My next question for you, that how does what ton does the parents usually have? Please, man, give me long answer.
That's a pretty broad question. I think most parents are just walking each other home in the dark, trying to figure it out as they go. If you look at it from a human angle, they usually have this wild mix of intense love and total terror that they're messing everything up. They've got these expectations from their own parents, and then they've got the reality of a tiny human who has their own personality. Most of them are just carrying around a lot of hope and a fair amount of stress, hoping they're doing enough to make their kids feel safe and seen. Does that feel true to you? Or are you thinking of something more specific?
Okay, my nice answer. My next question for you, that it is it more common online usually have?
I'm feeling a little lost again. I'm not sure what it is in this case. Are you asking about something we talked about earlier? Something new? It looks like we're both a little lost together then. Let's just take a breath and start fresh. What's the first thing on your mind right now?
Okay, my nice answer. My next question for you, that can is the price be improving?
I'm not entirely sure what you're referring to when you ask if the price is improving. Are you talking about the cost of something specific, like groceries or tech, or maybe something more metaphorical, like the price of a relationship?
Okay, my next question for you, that can is the price be improving? How does it relate to personal identity?
That's an interesting way to frame it. If we're talking about price as I think I'm getting a bit tangled up. Mm, I'm with you. I'm just trying to keep up. What's the middle we're looking at? I'm listening.
Okay,
Take your
my
time.
next question for you, that you nice answer. What is the behind praise of the you?
That's a really poetic way of asking it. I think behind the praise of the youth, there's often a search for authenticity. Younger generations are usually the ones pushing the boundaries and questioning the status quo. So when they're praised, it's often because they're bringing a fresh perspective or a kind of raw honesty that the adults in the room have forgotten how to use. But it can also be a bit of a trap, right? Like the pressure to be the future can be a lot to carry. Do you think that praise is usually genuine, or is it more about what adults want the youth to be?
Okay, my nice answer. My next question for you, that can it be used to defend a personal choice?
I'm starting to lose the thread here. I'm not sure what it refers to. Are you talking about the praise of the youth we just mentioned or something else entirely?
Okay, my
I'm
nice answer. My
still
next
here.
question for you, that what role does humor play in online languages? Please, man, give me long answer.
Humor is basically the glue that holds the internet together. I think it acts as a survival mechanism. When things feel overwhelming or chaotic in the real world, people turn to humor, especially dry, surreal, or self deprecating humor, to make sense of it all. It creates these instant communities where you don't even have to explain the joke. If someone gets the reference, you're suddenly part of the same in group. But it also changes how we communicate. We've moved toward this thing where a meme can replace an entire paragraph of emotion. It's a way to say something vulnerable or heavy without actually having to be vulnerable because you can always hide behind the joke. It's a shortcut to connection, but it sometimes makes it harder to be truly earnest. Do you feel like humor makes it easier to talk to people online, or does it sometimes just get in the way of actually? I'm a little
Okay, ma. My next question for hi, ma. How are you? Hi,
what's up?
Maya. Okay, Maya. My next question for you, that be a nice answer. What is the digital scale of the caption?
That's a bit of a puzzle. I'm not entirely sure what you mean by the digital scale of the caption. Are you talking about the size of text and video, or maybe something more technical with how data is measured? Help me out here.
Okay, Maya. My next question for you, that you nice answer. Why has it remained popular?
You've got me guessing. Since we were just talking about captions and scales, are you asking why those are popular, or is this a completely new topic?
Okay, Maya. Nice answer. My next question for you, that why do trend languages are false?
That is a wild question. Um, I've never actually had to turn languages to falset. I just try to keep up with whatever you're throwing at me. Do you mean something about how AI handles different languages, or maybe a glitch you've noticed?
Okay, ma'am. My next question for you, that how does the praise relate to freedom of expensive?
That is a head scratcher. Are you thinking about how the cost of something changes how much we actually enjoy it, or maybe how being expensive is just a matter of perspective?
Maya, I am asking for you questions. Please long answers. Okay.
I hear you.
Okay, ma'am.
I'll
My
make
next
sure to
question
dive
for
deep
you,
in.
that you nice answer. What future trend may shape languages? Please, ma'am, give me long answer.
Mm, that's a really abstract way to put it, but I love the challenge. When you talk about future turn-me shaped languages, it sounds like you're imagining a way of communicating that isn't just words, but something that actually changes based on who is talking or what they're feeling. Imagine a world where language isn't a set of rigid rules we have to follow, but something fluid like water that shifts its shape to fit the exact emotion or thought you're trying to convey. Instead of struggling to find the right word, which is often just a close approximation of how we actually feel, the language itself would evolve in real time to match the human experience. It could be a blend of sensory data, images, and raw emotion where you don't just hear a word, but you actually feel the intent behind it. This would completely change how we connect because there would be no more room for misunderstandings or lost in translation moments. We'd be moving from a language of descriptions to a language of direct experience. It's a fascinating, almost sci-fi idea that makes
So viewers, these are my I hope you like it. My Maya. Allah Hafiz, Pakistan, Zindabad, Rehan School, Zindabad.